Renault has been present in India for over a decade now. They have had a few successful launches, especially the Duster and then the Renault Kwid. Renault has now entered the sub-4 meter compact SUV segment, which has become highly aggressive and highly competitive, especially in the last 2 years. Hi, I am Shantanu Lag and we are in Goa to tell you all about the all-new Renault Kiger. Now the exterior design of the Renault Kiger is one of its stronger points. Starting with the front to the rear, the car just looks extremely masculine. So we will start from the front design. It gets a massive Renault logo at the front and the grille kind of extends from here to form the LED DRLs. Renault has smartly integrated the turn indicators right here. So whenever you put the indicators on, the DRL stays on, but the indicators also glow. Coming to the bottom of it, you will find out that there are 3 LED lamps here. These are pure LED vision lamps, and there is no fog lamp around here because that is not required as per Renault. We didn't drive the car at night, so we can't tell you how effective these lights are, but in the morning we did see a showcase and they were quite good. Apart from that, the lower part of the bumper gets a lip and that adds a very sporty touch to it. Now coming to the side, the Kiger looks extremely masculine, especially these haunches that start from the wheel arch of the front and goes to the rear. So it adds a bulky look to the whole car and it just looks quite masculine on the road as well. It gets dual tone 16-inch alloy wheels and they look quite good. Apart from that, if you see at the roof and the body, it gets dual tone option and that's why the ORVM is in black color. The overall structure of the car, the overall side profile of the car, it does look quite good and it will attract a lot of eyes. To increase the height of the car, Renault has added these roof rails and these are load bearable. You can add up to 50 kilos on these roof rails. Now coming to the rear, I think this is the best design part of the Renault Kiger, especially because of these split tail lamps. Now these are LED tail lamps, however there is halogen inside it. The best part of the tail lamps is the 3D graphics. So you can see how deep they are and how uniquely designed the tail lamps are. There is nothing much to talk about in the rear of the car apart from these split spoilers. So these are also very uniquely designed. One part comes here and the other part goes there and it adds a very sporty touch. Even the rear windshield, it is quite rigged and it adds a SUV coupe look. Apart from that, there is nothing to talk about. In the rear, you get a camera here inside the Renault logo and also you get a skid plate in the bottom. How is the car to drive and how it looks from inside? Let's go inside and check that out. Now sitting inside the Kiger, the first thing that you notice is a use of a lot of hard plastic material. You won't find any soft touch material around the Kiger, but the plastic that they have used is of different texture. So you will see a different color on the dashboard and silver inserts on the door pads as well. Now coming to the features list, the Renault Kiger gets a long list. The 7-inch infotainment system comes with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. This system, the instrument cluster, is all digital. It's also 7-inch and it gives you a lot of information. It also changes themes according to the drive modes that you can select from this rotary dial right here. The other features in this car include a very good looking climate control system which shows you display inside the rotary dials. Also, you get toggle switches to control the climate controls. Yes, so it does misses out on some features, but we don't think that will be a big deal breaker for anyone. Now let's come to space. Renault has managed the space of sub-4 meter segment extremely well and it shows in the Kiger. You get a massive amount of space inside the car and Renault claims it to be 29 liters. Yes, 29 liters of space, guys. So on the doors, you can keep 1 liter bottles on all the 4 doors. Apart from that, you get a massive amount of space in the central console. It's quite deep. You get cup holders here and another tray which you can use to organize other small things as well. Apart from that, you get double glove box. So it opens on the upside. You can keep small things like papers and all right here. And then there is a massive 10 liter glove box right here, and it is cooled as well. Now coming to the occupant space, I must say that Renault has managed that very well too. You get a lot of headroom, you get a lot of leg space as well. Even in the rear seats, there is a lot of leg space with the seats completely in the rear position. However, we think that the under thigh support could have been little bit better, little bit more supportive. Yes, there is no transmission tunnel, which makes space for the third passenger very useful. You can use it for longer drives. However, since the under thigh support is not very supportive in the rear seats, the passengers may get tired in the shorter distance. So guys, we are driving the 1 liter turbocharged version of the Renault Kiger. It also comes with a naturally aspirated engine, but that was not present at the drive. This 1 liter engine, it makes about 100 bhp of maximum power and 160 Nm of peak torque. We are driving the manual version of this, but it is also available with a CVT and an AMT. Now this engine comes with 3 modes that you can change from this rotatory dial from here, and what it does is it doesn't remap the engine in any way like it does in the Nexon. Instead, what it does is it changes the throttle input sensitivity. So if you are in the eco mode, you will need to press the throttle a little more to get the same amount of power that you can get from the little throttle press in the sport mode. So that's the major difference. Apart from that, the steering weight also changes. Now this is one of the unique features in this car in this price bracket, that it also changes the steering weight according to the mode. So in the eco mode, it becomes very light. In the normal mode, if you're driving inside the city, the steering weight becomes little heavier, and in sport mode it becomes the heaviest, and you get the precise driving precision that you need. The manual transmission unit in this car is a 5-speed unit, and I think the positioning of the gear lever itself is on a higher side. Now Renault says that they have designed this central console in a very SUV-ish type feel and look, and that's why they have given this high stance central console. However, what that does is it increases the height of the gear lever also, and it puts you in a very awkward position. The gear lever itself is nice to hold. It shifts, but there's a lot of travel to it. Apart from that, it also slots nicely, but it doesn't gives you that premium clink that you get from a lot of other cars in this segment. Now coming to the comfort of this car, the seats are very nice. They are body hugging, and they have good amount of side bolsters as well. However, we feel that the suspension is on the stiffer side. So whenever we are going over even the small potholes, we can feel it inside the cabin, and that becomes annoying if you're driving continuously on the bad surfaces and bad roads. Also, it's a new car. However, whenever we are going over rough patches on the road, there is some kind of rattle that is coming from the rear of the car. I'm not so sure where it is coming from, but it is there present in this car. Also, talking about the handling on the corners, you can't go on a very high speed because it's a tall car and it has a lot of body roll. So even though the suspension is stiff, you just can't take turns at high speed because you get thrown around in the car like this. So Renault also claims that the mileage, the fuel efficiency of this car is 20 kmpl. We have been driving this car for over 30 kilometers now, and according to the display, we have got around 14 kmpl, 13.7 to be precise, which we feel driving in these conditions, not touching the highway, it's quite good, it's quite phenomenal. Now talking about the outright engine performance, In the sport mode, it does really well. There is turbo lag, but you only feel that if you're pushing the engine around and the tachometer reaches around 2000 to 2200 rpm. After that, the turbo spools up and you do get a lot of power. However, to complement the power of this engine, the steering doesn't go too well, so you can't drive it around enthusiastically. I also feel that the brakes are not up to the mark. What happens is, if you're driving the car at very high speed and you need to brake suddenly, you do not get the confidence that you require from a car of this segment. So you will need to get adjusted to the braking power. It's not very good, it's not very bad, it's somewhere in the middle. Also, since we are driving the manual version of the car, the clutch, it's not very soft. It's hard, but it's not hard as diesel cars. But still, I think in a petrol car, the clutch should have been softer. Now, coming to the end of the review, I must say that the Renault Kiger looks very different on the road. We got a lot of attention while driving through the Goan roads, and a lot of people stopped us and asked us about the car also. However, if you are an enthusiastic driver and love to drive, the Kiger will not fulfill all your wishes. If you want a spacious family car and an affordable budget, the Kiger will fit all the requirements that you have. However, it's not a driver car at all. Yes, the Kiger is priced very well. It's a value for money product. However, comparing it with the Nissan Magnite, which is also made on the same platform, it does misses out on a few features. For example, it doesn't get TPMS, it doesn't get 360 view. Also, a crucial feature called cruise control is not present with the Kiger. So what do you think about the Renault Kiger and this review? Do let us know in the comment section, and also do not forget to subscribe to the Car Talk channel.